Hello everyone, welcome to our another video on job interview training course. In this video, I will teach you how to prepare for a finance job interview. If you are applying for finance role in any organization, make sure to stay tuned to this video because I promise to help you pass your interview at the first attempt. And to achieve this objective, I'm sharing with you the top most important finance job interview questions along with their sample answers. I will also let you know the purpose of asking each question from the hiring manager so you can create your answer by including all those important things that I will teach you in this video. Very quickly, before we get started, if you are watching my video for the first time, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming career focused content. Alright, let's jump in. So, the first important question that you should need to prepare for is, can you explain the three main financial statements and their significance? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your fundamental knowledge of financial statements and your importance in financial analysis. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, the three main financial statements are the income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. The income statement shows the company's revenues, expenses, and profits over a specific period, providing insight into its profitability. The balance sheet provides a snapshot of the company's assets, liabilities, and equity at a specific point in time, indicating its financial position. The cash flow statement shows the cash inflows and outflows from operating, investing, and financing activities, revealing the company's liquidity and cash management. Question number 2. How do you perform a financial analysis of a company? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your approach to financial analysis and your understanding of key metrics and techniques. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, to perform a financial analysis, I start by reviewing the company's financial statements to understand its profitability, liquidity, and solvency. I calculate key ratios such as the current ratio, debt to equity ratio, and return on equity. I also analyze trends in revenue, expenses, and cash flow over time. Additionally, I compare the company's performance to industry benchmarks and competitors. This comprehensive approach helps me identify strengths, weaknesses, and potential areas for improvement. Question number 3. Can you explain the concept of net present value and its importance in financial decision making? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your understanding of net present value and its role in evaluating investment opportunities. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, net present value (NPV) is the difference between the present value of cash inflows and outflows over a period of time. It is used to evaluate the profitability of an investment. A positive NPV indicates that the investment is expected to generate more cash than it costs, making it a worthwhile investment. NPV is important in financial decision making because it accounts for the time value of money, ensuring that future cash flows are appropriately discounted to their present value. Question number 4. How do you assess a company's creditworthiness? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your ability to analyze a company's financial health and determine its credit risk. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, to assess a company's creditworthiness, I examine its financial statements, focusing on liquidity ratios like the current ratio and quick ratio, as well as leverage ratios like the debt to equity ratio. I also review the company's cash flow statements to ensure it has sufficient cash to meet its obligations. Additionally, I consider qualitative factors such as the company's industry position, management quality, and economic conditions. This comprehensive analysis helps determine the company's ability to repay its debts. Question number 5. What is the difference between equity financing and debt financing? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your understanding of different financing options and your implications for a company. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, equity financing involves raising capital by issuing shares of stock, which dilutes ownership but does not require repayment. It can provide significant funding without increasing debt. Debt financing involves borrowing money through loans or issuing bonds, which must be repaid with interest. While it does not dilute ownership, it increases the company's financial obligations and risk. The choice between equity and debt financing depends on factors such as the company's financial condition, market conditions, and growth strategy. Question number 6. Can you explain the concept of working capital and its importance? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your understanding of working capital and its role in a company's operations. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, working capital is the difference between a company's current assets and current liabilities. It represents the liquidity available to meet short term obligations and fund day to day operations. Effective management of working capital ensures that a company can maintain smooth operations, pay suppliers, and manage inventory. Positive working capital indicates a healthy financial position, while negative working capital may signal liquidity issues. Question number 7. Describe a time when you had to analyze complex financial data and present your findings to stakeholders. Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your analytical skills and your ability to interpret complex data and communication skills in presenting findings to stakeholders. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, in my previous role, I was tasked with analyzing a large data set of sales and expense figures to identify cost saving opportunities. I used advanced Excel functions and pivot tables to organize and analyze the data. After identifying key areas for cost reduction, I created a detailed report and presented my findings to the senior management team. My analysis highlighted potential savings of 10% in operational costs, which were implemented and positively impacted the company's profitability. Question number 8. How do you stay updated with changes in financial regulations and market trends? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to evaluate your commitment to continuous learning and staying informed about industry changes. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, I stay updated with financial regulations and market trends by regularly reading financial news, subscribing to industry newsletters, and attending webinars and conferences. I am also a member of professional finance organizations which provide resources and updates on regulatory changes. Additionally, I follow influential financial analysts and experts on social media to gain insights into market trends and best practices. Question number 9. What is your approach to risk management in finance? Basically, the purpose of asking this particular question from your interviewer is that your interviewer wants to assess your understanding of risk management and your ability to implement strategies to mitigate financial risk. So, how you can answer to this particular question is that, well, my approach to risk management involves identifying potential financial risks, assessing their impact, and implementing strategies to mitigate them. This includes diversifying investments to spread risk, conducting thorough due diligence before making investment decisions, and using hedging techniques to protect against market volatility. I also regularly monitor and review the company's financial performance and risk exposure, making adjustments as necessary to ensure financial stability. So, there you have it, 9 most important finance job interview questions along with their sample answers. I have already uploaded a video on different finance related job descriptions that can also help you a lot in your interview preparation. The link is in the description of this video. Always remember that practice makes perfect, so take these answers as a starting point and tailor them to your own experiences and skills. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe our channel Knowledge Topper and also gives a thumbs up as well. You can also share it with anyone you think could benefit from it, and don't forget to leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions for future video topics. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you in the next video on Knowledge Topper. Until then, keep striving for professional success. Have a good day.